want to say to the people of Oklahoma, I really thank what you've done for me all these years. Thank you very much. I love you guys.
Less than 2 years ago, Senator James Inhofe said farewell to his prolific career in American politics, and tonight we say farewell to him. The former U.S. congressman, state legislator, and Tulsa mayor has died. He was 89 years old. Thank you for joining me tonight on 2 News at 6. I'm Karen Larson. Tonight we are looking back on his decades-long career from downtown Tulsa to the U.S. Capitol. 2 News anchor Aaron Christie shares his life and impassioned career.
Jim Inhofe was a staunch conservative, but also known for working well with some political polar opposites.
James Mountain Inhofe was raised in Tulsa, attending Central High School and the University of Tulsa. Serving in the Oklahoma House and Senate, and as Tulsa's mayor, Inhofe's most notable years began in 1994, where he would begin a nearly 3 decades run as U.S. Senator. He championed defense spending, the military, and funding for Oklahoma's military bases.
On behalf of Oklahoma, we are humbled by the immeasurable dedication of each and every one of them. And as chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, I'm strongly committed to our veterans and their families.
Inhofe helped secure millions for the environmental cleanup of the Tar Creek Superfund site in Pitcher. He was also one of the most outspoken critics of climate change, famously calling it a hoax and throwing a snowball in the Senate chamber.
You know what this is? It's a snowball, and that's just from outside here. So it's very, very cold out, very unseasonal. So here, Mr. President, catch this.
But he would partner with environmental adversaries like Democratic Senator Barbara Boxer on issues like roads and infrastructure. Inhofe also went against colleagues during his last term by refusing the delay of the certification of the 2020 election. Inhofe retired halfway into that term, citing effects of COVID. Father, husband, Army veteran, and unwavering Republican, Oklahoman American.
To the people of Oklahoma, I really thank what you've done for me all these years. Thank you very much. I love you guys.
Senator Inhofe was also an accomplished pilot who would fly himself to Washington. Aaron Christie, 2 News, Oklahoma.
The senator is survived by his wife, Kay, 3 of his children and grandchildren. Well, news of the senator's death brought a flood of reaction from other leaders, many of them calling him a friend and mentor. Senator James Lankford calling him Oklahoma's favorite senator. He released a statement shortly after the news broke this morning saying, "We grieve, along with our state and nation, the loss of a true patriot for our American values and way of life. Jim was an institution in the Senate, calling Inhofe a true legend and a force to be reckoned with." Governor Kevin Stitt calls him a fighter for Oklahoma, adding he's a generational Oklahoman who relentlessly championed our veterans, never wavering in protecting our values, and a firm believer in the American dream. Congressman Tom Cole called the senator a friend and mentor, calling his passing a devastating loss, adding he will miss him dearly, as will all of Oklahoma and every man and woman who wears the uniform of the United States. Meanwhile, Senator Mark Wayne Mullen saying his tenacity and enduring love for Oklahoma made him a titan in the Senate, adding his spirit, passion, and love of country will continue to inspire me each and every day. Now, long before Senator Inhofe won his seat in the U.S. Senate, he was mayor of Tulsa. 2 News Oklahoma's Kathy Tatum looks back at some of the ways that he helped shape our city.
He's regarded as one of the most effective mayors in the history of the city.
Serving from 1978 to 1984. During that time, he created the city's first third penny sales tax for capital improvements. Over the past 50 years, it's funded billions in street and infrastructure enhancements.
For a long time, if you saw any sewer or water line improvements, park improvements, those were because of the third penny sales tax.
He modernized modernized Tulsa's trash system,
taking it from a lot of independent haulers and creating one formalized system across the city,
and established the city's 911 system.
While Mayor Senator Inhofe set up the Sister City program for Tulsa, it now stretches all across the globe.
And just this year, I was able to go to the continent of Africa, which I know is a special place in his heart, to form our first sister city in Africa. But we now have 9 sister cities in all parts of the world, and Antarctica is the only continent we don't have one on.
Once in the U.S. Senate, he continued his efforts to help grow the city of Tulsa and its economy.
His work around levees, his work around levee funding to protect our citizens from flooding, his work around improving the McClellan-Kerr Arkansas River navigation system to move traffic in our ports. All these things are just a handful of the things that he has done so well to help our citizens and to help our community grow and prosper.
In Tulsa, I'm Kathy Tatum, 2 News, Oklahoma.
Many are remembering Senator Inhofe not only as a politician, but also for his passion for veterans and aviation. 2 News Oklahoma's Braden Bates highlights what made him stand out in those areas.
If he wasn't in Washington, D.C. or with his family, he was here in Tulsa at this office building behind me. This is where he would meet with the Oklahoma community to further his missions of infrastructure, veteran affairs, as well as his passion for aviation. Former Senator Jim Inhofe was a man of many skills. Along with politics, his passions guided him in his career. Many Oklahomans shared stories about Inhofe. I looked back at his career and saw his work with the veteran community. As a veteran himself, he led efforts in veteran affairs nationally, while looking back at his Oklahoma roots.
I just hope that future generations get to know what all he did for the state of Oklahoma and for military and veterans, across the country during his time in public service.
Along with veterans, he was passionate about aviation. I went to the Tulsa Air and Space Museum and caught up with curator Alex London. He says Inhofe's help with the museum has improved STEM programs over the years.
He had such a tremendous passion for education and aviation. I heard him speak on those topics multiple times. And when you have that emphasis and that passion from above, it really makes life a lot easier for us here at the museum.
Many people I spoke with say Inhofe's legacy continues as he took to the sky one last time. In Tulsa, Braden Bates, 2 News, Oklahoma.
You can read all about Senator Inhofe's life and legacy online right now at KJRH.com. Senator James Lankford will be sharing more memories on the U.S. Senate floor tomorrow morning. Tune in at noon for a look at what he said.